In the aimless mountain, total of things done. In the aimless mountain, total of things done. In the aimless mount, I am. Ting, toe, I am. Spirit. Things done. Spondy. Last foot is spondy. In the aimless mountain, total of things done. Existence seemed a vain necessities act. Vain necessities act. Yeah, it is a necessity, but it's vain. It's not able to get what you want. A wrestle of eternal opposites, constant conflict is what we have here received. A wrestle of eternal opposites. In a class antagonism, close locked embrace, the enemies kind of embrace each other, but then they are always enemies of themselves. In a class antagonism, close locked embrace, a play without denouement or idea. That is our problem. Yes, the play is there, but there is no denouement at all in the idea. Without a goal, or written on a bare blackboard of space, written on a bare blackboard of space, a futile and recurring sum of space, a futile and recurring sum of soul, a hope that failed, a light that never shone, the labor of an unaccomplished fool, tied to his acts in a dim eternity. Tied to his act in a dim eternity. That is the labor of sin. In an act of dim eternity, there is no light there, there is no you see. That is the failure of life here, you see. That it is not able to get what it should give to him. There is no end, or none can yet be seen. There is no end. It goes on and on. The repetition goes on. There is no end at all. It will continue like that as long as things are here. Means what it means that a higher power, a greater power than life should enter into the play. Then there is a possibility of seeing an end. Until then, it has to go on. None can yet be seen. Well, none can yet be seen. The end cannot be seen yet. But can that end be, if that end is seen, will that be the end? It is not seen, all right, but if you see it, will that be the end? You have come to a point here, you see it is an end, you have seen the end. Until now you are not able to see the end, but now you have seen the end. In other words, you have gone on a pilgrimage, you have come to the holy place. Is that the last one? Is that the end? Is there something beyond that holy place? Or it can continue here. Actually, when it means none can yet be seen, in other words, this end keeps on moving, advancing, adding more and more to that end constantly. We are not able to say. Although defeated, life must struggle on. Cannot escape the struggle. Struggle on. Always she sees a crown, she cannot grasp. Yes, she has the idea of ground. Her eyes are fixed beyond her fallen state. Life, her stands for life. Her eyes are fixed beyond her fallen. She sees that she is fallen here, but then she is looking up there. She has come from above, and she knows that that has to be achieved here in existence, you see. Beyond her fallen state, there quiver still within her breast and ours. There quiver still within her breast and ours. Still quivers in her breast. Life has come from that glorious realm. That glory, that power, that aspiration, that strength is still there in her breast. It is still vibrating. It has not died. It will not die at all. And that is also true in our case. There quivers still within her breast and our. Because it quivers in her breast, in the breast of life, it quivers in our breast also. It quivers in our breast also, you see. And a glory that was once and is no more. Glory, life has come from a great world of life, glorious life, higher life, from a consciousness force, from Satchidananda. She has come here. A glory that was once, what she was there in this Satchidananda, is no more. It is not there today, all right. Or there comes to us from some unfulfilled beyond a greatness, yet unreached by the halting world, yet unreached by. It is not reached because of the halting world here. See, this is a greatness. There are prospects ahead of us. We are not what we are today. New doors had to open out, new windows of vision had to come in front of us. We had to see different vistas, different possibilities, different prospects. The potentialities which are lying within us, they had to open out and come into play here. That should constantly happen. All those potentialities has to come. Otherwise the purpose is lost. See, you are not going to be just as you are here. Something more and more of you should emerge and bring into manifestation, into play. A greatness yet unreached by the halting world, in a memory behind our mortal sense. A dream persists of larger, happier air. In a dream, in a memory behind our mortal sense, our physical senses, the five indriyas, five organs of perception which we have got, beyond them, beyond those mortal sense, there is something. And there is something within us which remembers. See, memory behind our mortal sense. Where is that memory coming from? Life knows that life has come from a very high world. We also know that we come from a very high world. And that memory constantly persists in us. See, we are not lost our touch, our contact. Though we are not that at the moment here, that does not mean that the memory has gone away. So it is that memory which keeps on kind of egging you, pushing you forward. In a memory behind our mortal, a dream persists of larger, happier air. Because that memory is there, yes, I come from that beautiful world, let this world also be beautiful. I come from that world of knowledge, of bliss, of joy, let this world also be good. That memory is still there in us, and therefore we struggle, we strive, we attain. A dream persists of larger, happier air, breathing around free hearts of joy and love. That is the memory of joy and love, and that is forgotten by us. We have forgotten that dream. See, our soul from the transcendent, Jivatman, it has taken a plunge here in the inconscience here. Although it is in the inconscience here, it has forgotten its own sense. That does not mean that it does not remember that it has come from there. That thing is always there in it, you see. Forgotten by a mortal in lost time, a ghost of bliss pursues her haunted depth. A ghost of bliss, because she has forgotten everything. So what looks like is a phantom, as a ghost, an unreal thing, pursues her haunted depth, her life. She is haunted by what is here now, what is dead here. For she remembers still, though now so far. She has come from such a far world, but she does remember, I come from that place. For she remembers still, though now so far, her realm of golden ease and glad desire. Her realm of golden ease and glad desire. That is all there, constantly there. And the beauty and strength and happiness that were hers when she was there. Beauty, strength, happiness, they were there with her all the while. And the beauty and the view and the peace and strength and the peace and have I am e-ness. That was hers and a peace. That is the scanning of the line. And the beauty and strength and happiness that was hers. In the sweetness of her glowing paradise. In the sweetness of her glowing paradise, wherefrom she has come, the life paradise, the greater life. In a kingdom of immortal ecstasy, halfway between God's silence and the abyss. She is coming from that place. Wherefrom she is coming? From immortal ecstasy. From Sachidananda she comes. The sweetness, our glowing paradise. And that where is she coming from? Halfway between God's silence and the abyss. That is the crucial line. Halfway between God's silence and the abyss. That is God's silence here. That is the abyss here. And somewhere here is life. In between, halfway. Now, God's silence is the unexpressed, non-manifest. Unexpressed, non-manifest. The absolute is there, and the absolute has not thrown itself into manifestation. The absolute, with all the possibilities are present in it, has not thrown itself into manifestation. Therefore, it is God's silence. Therefore, it is God's silence. And abyss, down below here, which is a void, complete void. Nothing is here. So between this and that, somewhere there in between, it is greater life. That greater life is the consciousness force. Sachidananda. Satchit Ananda. Sat, Chit force, consciousness force, and then Ananda. So life is coming actually from consciousness force down below here. So that is halfway between that non-manifest supreme and the void which is here down below. Halfway between God's silence. What a difficult line this one, you see. I mean, English is very simple, but the thought is very, very complex. The whole philosophy is entrapped here, that the non-manifest is kind of wishing, has an urge, has a desire to express himself. And in that process, he has created something which is a void. And in between then, all these grades are established here. In her kingdom of immortal ecstasy, halfway between God's silence and the abyss, this knowledge in our hidden parts we keep. We are not aware that we are keeping that knowledge within us. That's a pity. But the knowledge is there deep within our soul. The soul knows that, look, it's there, it's here. There is a kind of a purpose, there is a mechanism, there is a process, there is a logic behind all these operations, and things are going on accordingly, you see. This knowledge in our hidden parts, which is that hidden part? Deep within our soul. That is the hidden part. It is that soul which remembers it. You are not your mind, not your life force, not your physical at all, you see. But it is kept deep within our soul. That knowledge is there within our, this knowledge in our hidden parts. We keep the inner being has a little awareness of it. Awake to a vague mysteries appeal. We meet a deep unseen reality. Because we are then, therefore the unseen reality becomes visible. Far truer than the world's face of present truth. Far truer than the world's face of present truth. Well, actually present truth, it's not really a present truth. It's not even a pleasant truth, you see. It is falsehood like that. Far truer than world's face of present truth. We are chased by a self we cannot now recall. Again, that memory, we are not able to recover that memory. In fact, I will say the whole purpose of the sadhana is to recover that memory. To recover that memory. Why I am here for? What is the purpose that I have to serve here? I have to recover that memory, you see. The whole sadhana. Once you recover that thing, once you are in contact with that source, that reality within you, then it is that reality which will guide you on your path. It will take you forward. Then you don't have to bother. But your effort is required to recover that memory. The deep soul which is there, it has to come into action here. That is important. We are chased by a self, we cannot recall, and moved by a spirit, we must still become.